News stories of heroic kids is something that I love. Children doing the brave and impossible to save people or stop the bad guy. However, these days, page one is reserved for the real heroes, you know, the children activists. Like, for example, the 7-year-old girl and her mother in New Zealand who made the front page of my newsfeed for, wait for it, complaining about power line maintenance signs that said line men at work instead of line crew at work. How dare they in 2018? I'm Ben Davies, this is Pure Hollywood. In the BBC article, the 7-year-old girl who said that the sign was, quote, wrong and unfair to women who wanted to be line workers, unquote. So let me get this straight. A 7-year-old girl who should only be concerned about playing sports or playing with her friends or watching Disney movies was so aware of the oppressive gender-specific sign that she contacted the New Zealand Transport Agency to file a complaint. And I'm sure her mother had nothing to do with her child losing her innocence of the world to look for signs of oppression and inequality around her. And then it is front page news on my Microsoft newsfeed telling me that this is the most important and world-changing story that I need to pay attention to. Are you serious? Is this the appropriate use of journalism? Not only to encourage parents to parade their children around to promote their political ideologies, but also to have children to aspire to find the latest, most insignificant thing to complain about in the world around them in hopes that they will make front page news and be glorified. Well, let me show you some real children heroes that should have made the front page. Chris, an 11-year-old boy from Talladega, Alabama, heard strange noises when a burglar broke into his house when he was home alone. The burglar shouted he was going to F him up, but Chris had the foresight to run and get a 9mm handgun and fired it at the intruder, hitting him in the leg and waiting for the police to arrive. Or Angelica, the 5-year-old little girl who learned at school how to escape from fires, escaped from her Tulsa home when her house caught fire, ran to her neighbor's house, alerted them, allowing the police to arrive in time to save her dad. Another great story is Tregan Emmett from Sarasota Springs, Utah. When his mother, who had a heart condition, passed out while dialing 911, it was Tregan that came to the rescue. Quote, he took the phone from her and calmly told the emergency operator, "My mom just died." As the dispatch spoke with Tregan, he stayed on the line calling himself Spider-Man and Peter Parker rather than giving his real name. Tregan stayed on the line with dispatch until they finally arrived. Fortunately, Tregan's mother survived, and to this day she calls him her little superhero. It's not heroic to complain, and we don't need any child activists who don't even have the reason to comprehend what they're complaining about. We need inspiring stories of kids like this for other kids to look up to and try to emulate. And I think every child looking up to their parents would hope they would say, "I'm proud of you, my little superhero," and not, "I'm proud of you, my little activist." Alright, so if you enjoyed that video, please consider becoming a premium member to the Rebel. That way you have first access to Pure Hollywood and the entire Rebel lineup.